Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to another episode of the Minecraft Survival Let's Play. So today's episode is going to be a quicker one than usual. I'm actually moving house again in real life in a couple of days. So I've got about 2.5 days to record this full episode, and I've still got to go to work and do a bunch of stuff to prepare to move. So I don't have a whole lot of time to record this one. And there is a couple of things that I want to do. So in the last video I said that I wanted to focus more on building up around the base. So that's what I'm doing here to get the video started. And if you couldn't tell what I was building there, this is a windmill. So I'll give you a little bit of a better look at it down here. I've wanted to build this for a long time. I've not really had a design in mind, but I knew I wanted to put a windmill around this area somewhere. I've known that for a long time now, and I finally got round to doing it. And I am happy with the design overall. It adds a little bit more height to the island. Like if I come over here a little bit, it all looks a little bit flat over there. And then now I've got the windmill and then the lighthouse on that side. Of course my island is very flat at the moment, so if I can get some higher buildings in while I'm building this village, I think it will help out a lot. And I am actually trying to add a little bit of height with the terrain. So I started this a few episodes ago. I've worked on it a little bit more. I don't want you to pay too much attention to how it looks at the moment, because I am going to build on top of this probably in the next episode, and I think a lot of this will change. But yeah, I am trying to add bits of height around here just to make the place look a little bit better. So it's definitely not going to be as flat as it is right now once it's all finished. But yeah, here is the windmill. I do like it. I've not done the interior yet. I'm not really bothered about the interiors at the moment. I'm just trying to get all of the exteriors finished, and then at some point I will go around all of my builds and just add some interiors. There's not really too much space up at the top here to do anything, but down here at the bottom there is a little bit of space. I could do something with this at some point. But again, I just want to focus on the exteriors at the moment. And a little bit of a side note, I did want to build this windmill in a third-person time-lapse. But because I'm on Bedrock, I usually join on a second account, which means I need a second Xbox. My second Xbox actually just packed in, it stopped working. I bought that back in 2014, it was like an original day one Xbox One. It's finally given up in 2025, so it did last me 11 years, it's been quite slow for a while. But yeah, it's just finally given up, so I can't record third person time lapses for a little while. But yeah, I did say that I need to do some more work on the base, so that's what I've done at the start of this episode. I've said this a few times before, but I am 21,500 days into this world almost, and this is my base. It's just not the base of someone who is 21,500 days into a world. I've had this world for 4.5 years or so. There's still so much I want to do, but I just focus on other projects. I get distracted a lot. So it's kind of hard for me just to come over here, sit down for a few hours and build. But that's what I did here. And that is what I kind of want to focus on more over the next 10 episodes or so. Just mostly focusing around here on the base. And I want to try build up as much as I can. So yeah, there's still a lot of space to fill here, a lot of buildings that I need to design. But it does need to be done. I'm just so jealous when I see these people's worlds. They post it and they're on like day 4,000 or something. And their base is just way more built up than mine. So it always makes me feel like I'm slacking a little bit. So I just want to focus and grind on the base for the near future. But anyway, moving on to the next project that I want to do in today's episode. I'm just down here right at the bottom of the island. And I found this zombie spawner a long time ago, like right near the start of the world. And I never really knew what I wanted to do with it, but I finally decided what I want to do with it. So recently the chicken jockey disc was added to the game. And to get that you need a chicken jockey, so I'm going to make a farm that actually produces chicken jockeys naturally, so I don't have to go out and find them. And it is going to be very simple, there's not going to be too much to it, but I will do it in a little bit of a tutorial just in case anyone wants to follow along. So I had a general idea of how I wanted this project to work, but I didn't plan it beforehand, so I just made it up as I went along. So I started off by digging around the mob spawner. And as you can see, it's 4 blocks to one side, 4 blocks to the other side. It goes 2 blocks behind, and then 5 blocks in front. So the water that is going to push the zombies is going to flow from the back where the 2 blocks are, and then it's going to go under the spawner to the front. So on the front side I'm going to do some more digging, and this time it's going to be a 9x9 square. So you can see here I've got the 9x8 area around the spawner, and then next to that I've got the 9x9 area. And now I'm going to dig a little bit of extra space around the 9x9. So I'm going to dig 3 blocks away from it in each direction. So this is what it looks like now, but when I start decorating I probably will move the walls back by a few more blocks. And now I need to do a little bit more digging, so I'm going to move everything down by 2 blocks. So this is going to be 2 blocks underneath the level of the mob spawner. And then in the middle 9x9 area that I made, I'm going to dig that down by an extra 2 blocks. So I hope everyone managed to follow along with that. If you've got any questions, let me know and I will answer them in the comments. But it's time to get to decorating, and I just did not know what block palette to use. But luckily I've got a machine built for this exact situation. So I went over to the room and I picked a random block palette, and this is the block palette that I got. So this is black wool, black concrete, skulk, sea lanterns, sea and concrete, and warped planks. To save myself some time, I just went ahead and I finished it off camera. So I got given the block palette, and then I've just gone ahead and thrown together a room using all of those blocks. It's not my best work, but I do think I did a good job considering it was a random block palette and I just threw this together in about an hour. And I'm sure some of you are wondering what is actually going on here. So I'm going to drink a night vision potion so you can get a bit of a better view. So in here I've got the mob spawner. When I dug this space out, you could see that it was 2 blocks away from the back wall, it was 5 blocks away from here, and then it was 4 blocks away from each of the side walls. So now that I've got the water in, you can see that the water pushes the zombies down to here, and this is perfect timing. So you can see that I've got some tilted glass, so it stops the big zombies, but the little zombies can just go straight underneath here. And then of course down here I've got a bunch of chickens. So some of the little zombies get through and they can actually get onto the chickens. However, it's not all of them, it is quite rare, but I think I did see one down here. So there is actually a chicken jockey right here, but you'll see this one here just will not get onto the chicken, so this one might as well just get killed. So it is quite rare for a baby zombie to spawn in as a jockey, but it should be much easier to get the chicken jockeys this way than it is to just go around the world and look for them. And I did actually make a little bit of a design flaw when I was designing this. So for some reason I decided to make this wall down here go in by 1 block. So then the zombies try to attack and then I can just barely see them. So if you are going to build this, I would probably recommend not doing that. So I might just get down here and try to kill it with the sword instead. And I don't actually know if it dropped a disc. So it looks like I didn't actually get a disc for that. So I think maybe I killed the chicken and I'm supposed to kill the zombie first, because I did test this, it definitely works. I got a disc when I did this on creative. But anyway, back to what I was saying before I got a little bit distracted. So I've got the water in here and it pushes all of the baby zombies down. And then I've got these magma blocks across here, so you can see that this just kills any of the bigger zombies. The drops go down here into the hoppers and then into the barrel. I don't really need any of the rotten flesh, I've got loads of it if I ever want to do some trading or whatever. Okay, it's about 20 minutes later and I managed to get my second chicken jockey here. You can just see him under here. If I get down here and I actually shoot the zombie this time instead of the chicken, I'm hoping that that means I get the disc. I didn't see it drop, but I'm just hoping it comes into the chest or the barrel here, and it did. So this is the lava chicken record disc. So I'm sure most people wouldn't really want to build a farm for these, like there's no real reason to have more than one of these. But as someone who just enjoys to collect items and someone who enjoys to build farms, I had fun making this project, so now I can get as many of these lava chicken discs as I want. I got 2 chicken jockeys in about 25 minutes. So it's not overly efficient, but it's definitely faster than just going out and finding these naturally. And it's not really a farm I'm going to be using often anyway, so it doesn't have to be overly efficient. But yeah, this is the chicken jockey disc farm. It was probably the worst tutorial that's ever been published on YouTube, but I just kind of winged it and I thought some people might want to know how to build it, so I thought I would try to explain it a little bit. And if you do want to build it and you just need me to clarify some things, just ask your questions down below and I will answer all of them. So now I can go ahead and I can go to the music disc in the checklist room and I can add that to this. So I do still need the pick step. I did find it a while ago, but I just don't remember where I put it, so I do need to go out and find another pick step at some point. But that should be me caught up with all of the items from all of the latest updates. But anyway, that's going to be it for today's episode. I'm sorry if this felt rushed, it's because it was rushed. Usually it takes me at least 2 weeks to record one of these, and I recorded this in a day and a half. But I did get everything done that I wanted to get done. I hope everyone enjoyed anyway, and I will see you all next time.